Slowly as the wind on the sea. Faces calling.
Welcome to the D Huff and Nasty Show.
Welcome back.
We're doing as you can see, we're keeping the theme tonight out here at Churchill Downs. We got night racing tonight, so we thought we'd do something a little different. Tell them what we're going to do, buddy.
We're going to handicap these races tonight, 20 style.
That's right. We're taking it back to a better time, a better place. I'd love to grow up back then. We're going to handicap the last 5 races of the card. We're going to do the same thing we like to do. We got the D Huff People's Pick or People's Choice. People's Wager is what we're calling it, which is a trifecta most of the time with a key and horses after it. And then I'm going to do the late pick 5 for you and put it all together. We've got a couple other things to talk about before we get to that. Remember, night racing starts at 4:30 in just a few hours. Churchill Downs.
Because it's 5 o'clock, it's night.
If you've never been to night racing at Churchill Downs, let me tell you what, it's one hell of a good time.
They put on a show.
Oh, it's fun. They'll have bands and there'll be things to look at, and so
It'd be a big band.
I do want to say something on a somber note. I found out yesterday that there's a possibility that the hostess Twinkie. That's a moment with God, exactly. That's our moment with God. This particular show.
But they're dying. This set. Go out and buy all the hostess Twinkies
Well,
you
it's
can.
already done. They were treating it like the Tickle Me Elmo dolls.
Yeah.
These kids. Are we going there, buddy? Yeah. Are you sure?
Well,
No,
it's recorded.
we're not.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you sure?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh well. We don't want to make anybody to miss anything.
Not 20 style on that.
So, well,
It's
that's
on.
the only thing that's technology-wise. So, got college basketball started. We brought the colors back out on the set. Well, I really shouldn't.
Yeah. UK didn't look good earlier in the week, but they killed Lafayette last
Well,
week.
they're all playing cupcakes.
Yeah.
We talked about last year. This time, they're all playing cupcakes. So.
Well, UK's played Maryland and Duke so far out of 3 games. That's not really.
I think D Huff's going for the 1920s barkeep look.
Why not?
We're pulling it off though.
Yeah.
I don't know. So let's get into this. Let's get into this handicapping here, buddy.
All right.
Let's do it for the kids. Again, we got a big day of racing tomorrow, so we're going to do for the 7th race today. Actually, in just a few hours, 4:30. We're gonna do the 7th through the race. The first race of the card of the late pick 5 is race 7. And it's a stakes race. It's the Commonwealth. It's the turf for this is the turf for the boys. And all these races are good. It's going to be tough to get these ones.
There's like all amount of 16.
So, anyway, so tell me what you think of the 7th race. It's for 3-year-olds. This is all boys, all colts. They are. Go ahead.
I went based on what I saw last night. I'm going with 13 on top.
13 and we're doing a draw.
The Robbie Alvarado. Yes.
Finnegan's. That's Romans. We talked to Romans
that's
yesterday.
Romans.
He does like the horse. Comes out of a 600,000. That's nice.
Yeah, he's coming out of a couple big races.
Give me the
but
people's
he played
wager.
pretty well.
Give me the numbers for the people's wager.
It's 13 over 1-3-11.
1-3-11.
13 over 1-3-11.
11. Okay, so 13. We got that one. I agree with that.
Film shot the 1, 2 Runts Rent, the 2 or 3, and King David on the 11. Because
film shot I like a lot. Billy Mott on the turf. You can't go wrong with Billy Mott on the turf. Leandro Gonzalez. Yes. Pardon the pronunciation.
But it's distorted humor by Dynaformer.
Yeah.
And
he hasn't done anything wrong. The workouts look good.
Yep.
The horse that's going to be tough to get for me is Brian Hernandez on the 6. Which I'll give you my pick 5 at the end with all the horses that I used, and we'll spell that out in order. But I used 4 of the horses in this particular race.
I was looking at that one, but the 2 months rent and Film Shot had already beat him last time out, so
What was that? I can't hear you.
I dropped him out.
Yeah. You dropped him out? Okay,
yeah.
I got you. All right.
Yeah.
So on to the 8th race. I don't have much to talk about in this race because this is where I choose my single. In case you don't know what that is, that's the one you use just one horse. You're relying on that horse. That's how I build my tickets. So anyway, you give me the people's wagers, the numbers to start with, explain it, and then give me a little rundown on what your thoughts are there.
6 over a 3-4-7. The 6
over the 3-4-7. 3-4-7.
Suns out, guns out.
He likes Suns Out, Guns Out. Also,
Cal-
Dale Romans. You got some love for Dale Romans today on the night racing.
He's got some pretty good horses going.
He's always got good horses.
Corey Lannery's up on board, Empire Maker by Smart Strike, and he's the $52,000 allowance. He's coming off that Oklahoma Derby. Came in 4th, but I mean he's running well besides.
Mm-hmm. That was my second choice.
The 3 Street Serenade, Calvin Burrell's up on board. He's been running pretty well in the allowances.
52,000 last time out. He can certainly do better this time. That was Keenan in the poly track.
Yep.
You always have to look at that and see if sometimes horses don't like the poly track as much as the main track. So, and Calvin Burrell is also a local specialist.
Yeah.
Only 5 away. We talked to his jockey agent yesterday.
From
only 5 away, so we'll be out there.
5,000.
This is interesting, D Huff, because as sometimes happens, we disagree. My single is not even being used by the D Huff People's Wager. And I've got a secret single for you. My single in this race is Shun, the 2-horse, on the inside. Also Brian Hernandez Jr. This horse has been out 3 times. I talked to Al Stahl yesterday in the paddock, and this horse is going to fire today. It's a mile and 3/16. There's no reason he can't go that distance. He's coming closing every time. He's got some pace to run at. That's my single in the late pick 5. I should get a 5-to-1 price on him or better, and I'll be licking my chops if he wins. So, I recommend throwing him in the back end of your trifecta.
Well, we can always throw him in.
For $1.50. Another
$1.50.
we could throw it on there. So let's move on to the 9th.
On the 9th race.
This is an interesting race. This is the Mrs. Revere, pardon me, the 175,000 added, which means they put money into the pool. Lots of it. This is a filly race. And like I've told you before, if we buy racehorses, we're buying fillies because you can get more places. Not as many signature big races, but more quality races.
More quality races.
Anyway,
you had the filly mile for the breeding.
I only used 2 horses in this race, D Huff.
You only used 2?
I want your People's Wager first because that's the easy one to figure out.
All right. I'm going with somebody we just saw at Keeneland with Ms. Ida, the 11.
That's your key?
Yep.
All right. And who you putting with them?
347.
347. Interesting that you
Peace
used
Persevere.
That's who I'm using. That's
Somali Lemonade. Corey Lannery's up on Somali Lemonade. The 4.
Well, I'm using Pletcher because we interviewed Jack Wolf yesterday, and I'm using Pletcher because I feel a connection because he had Purge and Shanghai Bobby and all the good ones. Harlan's Harley. So, Peace Preserver. You know, it's JR, our other friend, is in town. He's in town riding. He says he loves the horse, so I'm using the 3-horse in that race.
Imagine that. Pletcher has a female.
A good one. A good one.
And the 7 is center court.
Can you say a shadow?
Shadow. The only problem with the 7 is who's taking over for Leperoux? He's not in town. So
No, he is in town.
He is?
Yeah, he's right. It's night racing. But.
He came back for tonight?
There's big money here today.
Oh.
Trust me, you can get Leperoux over here when he's got a mount. Look, he's got a mount all day.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine that.
So.
But he's been running really well. The 7 has been.
Oh no. Yeah. Well, I hesitantly threw him out. He'll probably beat me, but I'm going inside. I agree with
going to leading astray.
I'm going leading astray, and
with
this is
the 1?
why. This is why. This is a $175,000 race. He runs a $175,000 race at a mile and 1/8, which is a little bit longer than today's distance on the turf, and he wins pretty easy. He gets up by a neck, and 175. That's the pucker up for grade 3. This is a grade 2. This is a step up, but last race he runs a mile and 16. He's coming closing hard as can be.
That was the race we saw where Miss Ida and
the
English class.
We watched that race from the rail.
Yeah.
So and that horse was coming. I watched him, and he was right here. He was breathing that hard in, and I got a funny feeling that horse is going to pop off today. And in those big races, a lot of times, either the dead nut favorite wins a 4-to-5 shot and he wins it, or one of these outside shots, the 15-1, 20-1. So I'm using those 2 horses, 1 and 3, and I'll revisit that later. Again, the D Huff People's Wager is 11 with 347.
Bring it home, Sean.
That's a $3 wager all day, every race. We'll give it to you.
Give it to me, Bridgman.
And then we got an interesting race. I've used 3 of them in this race. This is an optional claiming tag, which means they can put the horse in for the tag, but most of them elect not to. In this case, there's nobody for sale in this race, so they're all playing for a purse of $56,000. So you basically throw that out, and this is an allowance race for $55,000 or $53,000. Basically, what this race is, it's an optional claiming allowance. I used 3 of them here, and again, we'll go with your People's Wager.
The People's Wager is 2 over the 378.
Oh, Golden Gulch.
Golden Gulch.
Well,
Thunder Gulch and Summer Squall.
I hope one of us is right today.
Yeah, because you're probably opposite of where I am.
I'm not the opposite. I used 3 horses, like I said.
But this horse has been running pretty well. He's been at Belmont. He's been running a mile. He's going back up a little bit further, but
again,
he's running wild up to a mile.
And 3 is one of the horses I use. I use him underneath. I use Big Town with Calvin Burrell.
Yes.
He's got a that last race, 100,000 alone, he runs ninth, but it's a Hoosier on a good track. You look back the last time he raced at Churchill Downs, he raced on the turf, and nothing wrong with that. He started twice on the Churchill Downs dirt service, won once, finished second the second time. I like that. So we both agree on him. He's one of the horses I used. I also used the 4 and the 5. I'm swinging a bit of long ball here, Dia.
Okay, you went for the long ball.
I noticed you used the 8, which I liked.
Well, he just ran.
He just ran.
We just watched him run and win.
Right. That was
Just the other
40,000.
day.
That was 40,000. He doubles his price. That's the only thing that concerns me. That's a big move at Churchill.
But I threw him in.
Right. And on the top side, I do like the 2. The 2 will probably beat me, but in the pick 5 sequence, I'm using the 3, which we agree on.
Yep.
I'm going moderate long ball on the 4. I just think this horse might have a shot at closing in at some early pace here. And then I've got Robbie Alvarado and Jimmy Kerrigan on the outside on a bomber. And I just have a weird feeling about it. Look at his workouts. Look at his last 2 workouts.
Yep.
Actually, last 3 workouts. All 3 of them are out here at the Twin Spires Training Center.
Yep.
And it's more than ready. And he raced 80,000, 62.5. He was closing. I think there's just a chance Robbie might get on there. And when he kisses, he goes. So.
I wonder if it excites the other horse that you're running against.
Oh yeah, all that cracking and smacking and happening. And one thing we need to get is a jockey crop on here. So where are we at there? Yep. So we gotta wind it up here. We got 2 more races.
We got one more race.
Oh, one more race. Yeah. So
one more race.
One more race. Give them your picks. This is long ball race. This is a $5,000 claiming mile and 1/8. This is about as long ball as you can get. Anything can win this race. This is a race where I don't want to fucking put a lot of stock into a favorite. I don't want to put a bunch of stock into a favorite in a $5,000 claiming race. So I
you don't
went
want to
deep.
knock yourself out of the
I
big
went
5
deep.
either.
I went 5 deep. I went 4 deep in this race, which we'll get to in just a second as I recap.
This is the closing special by Legacy Title. How about that? I've got the 4. I've got Distorted Dave. On top.
What's the numbers? The trifecta.
4 with the 6, 8, 12.
4 with the 6, 8, 12.
Yeah, Brad Cox.
With the 6, 8, 12.
I just met Brad Cox through Patrick Morrell
Okay.
while we were out there at the track, and he had a big win yesterday.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
So I'm looking for him to keep that going there.
Yes, and you use Max Silverman outside. I
Yep.
see that. That's going to be a tough horse to beat. The only problem with that I'm concerned with is Calvin likes to get to the rail. It's tough to get to the rail with $5,000 claimers in a. Well, it's a mile and 8.
It's a mile and 8, so
Yeah,
it is a longer race.
It's a two-turn race.
He's got more time.
I went
more
out,
time.
I went outside on this one as well. So again, the people's wager 4 with the 6, 8, 12.
Yep.
6, 8, 12.
6, 8, 12.
I love the 9 horse in this race. That's I just basically when you're in $5,000, anything from $2,500 up to about $10,000. That's all pretty much the same race. It's a bunch of horses that aren't really that good, and they're running against each other, and they're running back every couple of weeks. So really, it's a total crapshoot. But the last 2 times out, he showed a little interest. He's a 7-year-old Sky Mesa. We agree on Wheaton's Express, Brian Hernandez Jr. again on the 6 horse. And then I took a couple more long shots. I got Corey Lannery on a Mr. Realistic. It should be 15 to 1, whatever. And Rip and Roll with Amanda, our friend who we're going to meet on Tuesday.
Tamborello.
I think she might just be able to. This horse here last time before ran well. So again, that's our take.
It's almost a crapshoot in the last race.
It's always a crapshoot. That's why I always like to go somewhat deep. Which in that race I used 4 horses.
Just go long ball.
So we got all the people's wagers. Each individual race. That's a trifecta wheel. That horse on top with the other 3, and then the other 3. It costs you $3, and get you back anywhere from $15 to $100. $100, $1,000 if you get nutty.
Yeah,
You just
some of those
never,
can
it
hit.
just depends. So, and then I put together a 50-cent pick 5 for the late pick 5. That the Lord only knows how much I need to hit this one. In the first race,
I do too.
we need to both have a good day.
Everybody
Check
pray
this out.
that Nasty hits the big
Or
five.
you use these numbers and put your own numbers in and make big money. That's a good one too.
That'd be awesome.
Race 7, the
perfect.
start of the pick 5.
All right.
Follow me through with this one, buddy. I've got
I'm going to follow you through. I'm going to write it down.
1,
actually.
4, 6, 11 in the first race. In
1,
the Commonwealth race,
4,
1, 4,
6,
6,
11.
8 is my long ball single. Brian Hernandez, Albie Stahl. We got Shun. That's my single.
There's the
Late
2.
5. I hope he comes firing. Makes me look like a genius. Race 9, I went simple. I went 3 with Pletcher. and Velasquez. We're connected to these people, so you
Yeah.
got to bet on them.
And
And then I like this leading astray.
You're going
on the
1 and 3?
inside. Just the 1 and 3 in the 9th race, the turf race, and the Miss Revere. I got probably the favorite, and then long ball.
Okay.
And then in race 10, I used 3 horses. I used the 3, 4, and 5 with the long ball. Then I close up with the mutt race, the $5,000 claim race, 6, 7, 9, 10. I'm telling you what, I'm so excited to go out to the track today and see all the ladies and the gentlemen all dressed up, all spiffy. And
Be looking for us. We're gonna get you on video.
We're gonna do a 20 style.
We're gonna do some interviews
Come see
tonight.
us. Come see us. It's a beautiful thing. Thanks for joining.
Good luck with all your wagering tonight.
And tomorrow we'll be at BBC again on Sunday. Just remember, early morning. Thanks again.
Peace.